What if I told you that the biggest win for the New York Yankees this spring isn't a headline trade, isn't a viral home run, and isn't even a box score result? It's the energy, the chemistry, and the quiet confidence building inside camp right now. Because today we're talking about something that Yankees fans should genuinely feel good about. This is your full breakdown of the latest Yankees update, and trust me, there are real positives emerging from spring training that could shape this entire season. Alright, let's set the tone properly. Spring training is always tricky. You can't overreact to one bad outing, and you definitely can't crown anyone a champion in March. But what you can do is look for trends. You can look for development. You can look for health. And right now, from everything we're seeing out of the New York Yankees camp, there are real reasons for optimism, and this time it doesn't feel forced. First, let's talk about the overall vibe. Reports out of camp suggest that this clubhouse feels locked in. There's a noticeable difference in urgency. After falling short of expectations last season, you can sense that players aren't just going through reps, they're competing for roles. Every at-bat feels intentional. Every inning on the mound feels like it matters. That kind of internal competition is exactly what championship-caliber teams need. Now let's dive into the offense. One of the biggest positives so far? Plate discipline. Early spring training games have shown a more patient approach at the plate. Hitters are working counts. They're not chasing borderline pitches early. That might not make highlight reels, but over 162 games, that approach changes everything. It creates higher pitch counts for opposing starters and opens the door for late inning opportunities. And of course, you can't talk about positives without mentioning leadership. Aaron Judge looks fully engaged, fully healthy, and fully focused. When Judge is right, this entire lineup feels different. His presence alone changes how pitchers attack the Yankees. But what's encouraging this spring isn't just power, it's command of the strike zone and timing. He looks comfortable. He looks patient. That's a major green flag. Another big positive? The development of younger players fighting for roster spots. This is where spring training truly matters. The Yankees have prospects and depth pieces who are making real statements right now. Competitive at-bats. Solid defensive plays. Smart base-running decisions. These are the details coaches look for. Even if some of these players start the year in AAA, the depth is building and depth wins divisions. Speaking of pitching, let's go there, because this might be the biggest encouraging sign of all. The starting rotation looks sharper than expected this early. Velocity is where it needs to be. Command looks more refined than usual for this time of year. Pitchers are locating breaking balls, not just testing them. That suggests preparation during the off-season wasn't casual, it was intentional. The bullpen, too, has shown flashes of dominance. Spring stats don't always translate, but swing and miss stuff does. When relievers are missing bats consistently, that's a strong indicator that their arsenal is playing well. And so far, the Yankees' late-inning options look confident and aggressive. Defensively, there's also something noticeable: cleaner fundamentals, even in exhibition games. That's not random. That's culture. And here's something fans should love: the energy in the dugout during spring games feels high. Veterans are engaged. Younger players are being encouraged. Coaches are animated. That kind of visible chemistry builds trust. And trust translates into confidence when the real pressure begins. Let's be clear though, this isn't about declaring the Yankees favorites in March. It's about recognizing genuine building blocks. Spring training is about progress, and the progress so far feels measurable. Pitch sequencing looks smarter. Hitters are adjusting mid-at-bat. Fielders are positioning more aggressively. These are coaching wins as much as player wins. It suggests alignment between the clubhouse and the staff. Another major positive is health. So far, key contributors are participating without major setbacks. That's huge. You can't win in October if you're scrambling in April. Early health stability gives the team time to build rhythm. And something else worth noting: younger pitchers seem fearless. They're attacking the strike zone instead of nibbling. That kind of confidence is contagious. Even if they don't all break camp with the big club, it signals a farm system mentality shift toward aggression. Another encouraging element is adaptability. Coaches are making quick in-game adjustments during exhibitions. That shows experimentation and responsiveness rather than rigid planning. In a season filled with unpredictable variables, adaptability becomes a competitive edge. Let's talk expectations for a second. The Yankees don't need perfection in March. They need direction. And right now, direction looks clear: improve discipline, tighten defense, trust depth, and build early momentum. The pitchers appear ahead of schedule mechanically. The hitters appear comfortable with timing. The defense looks organized. That combination doesn't guarantee success, but it creates a higher floor entering opening day. And that's really the story here. The floor feels higher. The team doesn't look like it's searching for identity. It looks like it's refining one. There's still work to be done. There will be rough outings. There will be lineup experiments that fail. That's the nature of spring training. But the underlying positives feel real. The Yankees are building habits. And habits built in February and March often show up when pressure peaks in September. So here's the bottom line for this update: big positives are emerging from Yankees spring training, and they're rooted in preparation, discipline, and culture rather than hype. That's the kind of foundation that can sustain a long season. If you're a Yankees fan watching this right now, you don't need to overreact, but you absolutely have permission to feel encouraged. Because what we're seeing isn't noise. It's progress. And as we continue to monitor camp, we'll keep breaking down what matters, what's real, and what could impact this team when the games start to count. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want fresh Yankees updates all season long, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss breaking news or analysis. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What positive has stood out to you most this spring training? This is shaping up to be a fascinating season in the Bronx. Stay locked in, because if these early signs continue, the Yankees might be building something stronger than many expected. I'll see you in the next update. Stay sharp, stay passionate, and let's keep talking baseball.